Hey guys, it's Amy and welcome back to Above and our series Have You Got a Minute with Amy today, or sometimes it's with Misty, depends on who you're getting that day. So one of the questions that we get a lot is really about how do I know where to go with my career, and that question is, should I explore every opportunity, and how do I know when it's okay to say no? So the advice that I always give initially is that if you want to grow your career and you're highly ambitious, the best thing to do initially is to stay as open as possible, and get a sense of what you could consider, and make sure that you're not cutting yourself off from opportunities that could be really great for you. But within that, what you really need to do is figure out what it is that you want, and that can be about what you want in the short term, your present day-to-day life, and also your long-term goals. And that can also change over time. So for me, for example, I had been saying for a long time, early in my career, that I wanted to work internationally. And at that time, that for me meant adventure, it meant travel, it meant working in a different culture, it meant stretching myself. So I got offered an opportunity to move to Bangkok for a couple of years. And actually, when I got offered that, I had to think about it, even though I'd been asking for it, because I had been dabbling in some things entrepreneurially on the side, and I was like, what's the right thing for me right now? And I went home over the weekend and thought about it, and for me it was that I knew I'd always wanted to have that type of international experience, and if I didn't take it then, I would always regret it, because I knew I wanted that to be part of my life story. It was one of my big life goals. Fast forward a couple of years, I went to Bangkok for a couple of years. It was great, exactly what I was looking for at the time. Then I moved to London for another role, was really enjoying my time in London, and I was offered an opportunity to move to Moscow. And in a lot of ways, Moscow could represent the same type of thing as Bangkok. It's a whole lot colder, but it's a country that has limited English speaking. It's quite a distinct culture. You really have to learn how to do things differently. And for me at that time, and because I had shifted my priorities, I was a bit older, so I wanted to find a partner and settle down. I wanted to live in, not necessarily moving home to the US, but live in a city that inspired me and also helped me be healthy and have the day-to-day habits and routines that I wanted. And I wanted to be in better weather as well. I didn't want to be in the snow. I grew up in Minnesota and it's rough, let me tell you. So all those things came together, and because I knew what I wanted for both my life currently as well as longer term, I was able to know that that wasn't the right opportunity for me. And one thing that Misty always says is that you get a free hall pass to say no once to something in your career, and you can still grow your career. So even though I turned down that opportunity, I had another great opportunity that came up for me, and ended up being a much better fit. So at the end of the day, what do you need to do? You need to figure out what it is that you most want in your life right now, as well as what your long-term goals are. And if you revisit our rocking chair exercise, that will really help you get clear on that. And then know that you get at least one chance to say no, and make sure that you take ownership of that so you don't find yourself in a situation you don't want to be in.